All right? We want to look at this morning some of the most important parts of your business. And I believe that what you have to have in order to be successful is a map of success. And this morning what we want to do is we want to look at how do you design a map. You know, on my way here, Carolyn gave me, the executive director of the Mississippi Press Association, gave me a map. And also I was given a map by the newspaper of how to get to Tupelo. Had I not had that map, I would have been driving around all of Mississippi, right, trying to find it, okay? And then I followed, okay, Russ here this morning, right? I believe if you want to get to a direction, if you want to get to a destination, you have to have a map, right? If you don't have that map, you're just wandering around in the desert. And so therefore, what we want to do is this morning look at how do you design a personal map of success for your business. If you don't have that, you're not going to be successful. And many times we think we have the map and it turns out to be the wrong one. Absolutely, all right? Pick up Arkansas instead of Mississippi. You're not going to get where you're going, all right? So we want to design for ourselves, and we want to look at other individuals, how they've reached that destination. Look at success. Don't reinvent the wheel. Follow their particular success stories. Do what they did right. And then also look at maybe some individuals that didn't do it so good and say, oh, I can stay away from that. Okay? As you come here this morning, what are some of the concerns that you have? What are some of the things that keep you awake at night that you wish, boy, if I could solve that problem, I would certainly be much better off? What are some of the concerns? Money. Yeah, absolutely. And how to get more of it, right? Okay. How to get more of that, all right? How to get the customers in, how to make sure that they understand what you have so that you can sell. What do you sell, sir? What kind of business are you in? Insurance, okay? And so therefore, your name is? Jim. Jim, you want to make sure that you are able to get as many people using your services as possible, correct? Okay, get that message out.
Just advertising here.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, get him up for an ad, all right? All right, what other concerns do you have besides money when it comes to getting customers into your business? Product knowledge, making sure that they know what you have to sell. Oh, yeah. And you have to put that in your ads, don't you? Otherwise, they'll go someplace else, okay? Product knowledge so that they understand how they can come to your particular business and get what's best, right? What kind of, what line of work are you in? Sewing machines. And what is your name? Kathy, okay? And why should I come to your store, Kathy, rather than somebody else's, right? And so therefore, that's an important factor too. Why should they come to you? What products do you have? What services do you have that are so much better than somebody else's? Absolutely, Kathy. Okay, what other concerns do you have when it comes to advertising your business, marketing your business, planning your promotions? Because that's what we want to talk about today, is how to get that message out to the people. So that you are giving them a map, right? You're saying, here's the way to success. Here's the way to a better product, a better sewing machine, a better insurance program. That's really what you're giving to people. You're giving to people a map. And if you do that successfully, you're going to have people come into your business. And if you don't do it successfully, they won't know how to get there or why they should come. And so therefore, you have to highlight things along the way. All right? Along the way, there are all kinds of markers and all kinds of historical places that say, stop and see this, okay? And that's what we want to do, is we want to, in our society, we're rushing everywhere. And we have to every once in a while say, stop and smell the roses. I read the other day that the average person is exposed in their lifetime to 3.5 million commercials in their lifetime. 3.5 million commercials, right? We are inundated by commercials, right? We are inundated by advertising. And so therefore, it's so very important for you to make sure that when you advertise, that you advertise something that people pay attention to. Have you ever seen on the television maybe a commercial and it's over with and you say, what were they advertising? I'm sure that you've done that. And so therefore, you have to make sure that people stop and look at what your ad is, because we are inundated by outdoor, we are inundated by radio, the newspaper has ads, the yellow pages. When we sit down and do our advertising campaign, we have to ask ourselves, how is it different? How is it making sure that what we have is really communicated to the public? And that's what we want to talk about this morning, okay? Because it's not just important to advertise. You have to advertise the right way. The president of Procter & Gamble said, I waste 50% of my advertising dollars. If I knew which 50%, I'd be a genius. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Here's the president of Procter & Gamble doing millions and millions of dollars worth of advertising, and he comes to the conclusion that half of it's wasted. He just wish he knew which half. And so therefore, that's what we want to do this morning, is we want to look at and see what area do we have most concern with, and how do we make sure that it is an investment rather than an expense. See, too often people think of advertising as an expense. It's not an expense. It's an investment. And we need to spend some time right now this morning investing in how to figure out how to do it more productively. So let's look at that, okay? The nature of change, at the bottom of the page there, I think it's so very important, folks, to remember this, that things continually change. The only constant there is change. And if you say, well, I've been doing this all my life, and I'm going to continue to do it this way, be careful. Pretty soon somebody's going to come along with a better way of doing it, and people will go to that other business. Always be open to change. That's why you're here this morning. You're here this morning because you say, well, maybe this individual can give you just one little bit of information that will help my business. And that's great. Always be open to change. But remember this, don't expect to hear it all here this morning. You have to get a library, you have to go to the bookstores and read on advertising and marketing, retailing. You have to continue to educate yourself so that you're that much more powerful when it comes to this very, very complicated at times situation of advertising and marketing. So